Town Council meets tonight. Hyannis West Elementary School gets the green light to continue its community garden, and a state grant will help fund a day shelter for the homeless. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, July 17th, 2014. I'm Sarah Mannel. Town Council will hear more about plans for the proposed Pirate Museum at the Hyannis Armory at its meeting tonight. They will also vote on whether or not to ratify the 25-year lease for the space. Town Council will also hear more about a program dedicated to helping low-income children. Town Councilor Jen Cullum hopes to bring the Achievers program to Barnstable with the help of the YMCA. Town Council meets tonight at 7 in the Town Hall hearing room. That meeting will air live right here on Channel 18. Food grown in gardens at Hyannis West Elementary School is safe to eat. Several weeks ago, concerns over a chlordane contamination that occurred years ago on school property prompted a resident to ask questions, resulting in a new soil test. Results received show no significant risk of harm. The effort to help the homeless population on Cape Cod gets a boost from the state. Channel 18's Sarah Colvin was at the JFK Hyannis Museum this morning for an announcement from State Undersecretary of Housing and Urban Development, Aaron Gornstein.
In just the short time it's been open, the Noah Day Center in downtown Hyannis has already made an impact. Now the shelter will remain open at least for another year, thanks to funding announced today by the state.
This has really been the most remarkable collaboration, what we're here celebrating this morning, in the sense that we have opened a day center for homeless individuals in Hyannis, and it has two purposes, really. One, of course, is to help homeless individuals get back to a healthier life. That's one of the two goals. The other is to help people get off the streets of Hyannis so that Hyannis can thrive as the commercial community of Cape Cod. And one of the big differences between Hyannis and other places like Boston and San Francisco, who have a lot of homeless population, we only have one place that everybody goes here, and that's in this vicinity. And so we're trying to do our part, this collaborative committee.
I came down here just a couple months ago with many of the people that Elizabeth talked about in a room at the police department, and thank you for hosting that meeting a couple months ago. And I was so impressed with the plan you had put together, with the coalition that you've brought together and all the partners involved. It is unprecedented. I have never seen this kind of collaboration across all the different interests to come together around an important issue of homelessness in this town. And I was so impressed that we had to find a way to come up with the funding to get this program going. So on behalf of Governor Patrick, I'm pleased to announce this morning $200,000 for the Noah Day program. Did you think it was that much? Oh, okay, good. It went up from yesterday. No. And Rick, I've identified all the funding sources. Don't worry. The partnership between the Housing Assistance Corporation and Duffy Health Center, those two agencies will be managing the grant of $200,000. We're going to get you that money very quickly. I've already signed off on that. And so we want the case management to happen as quickly as possible over the summer. Rick talked about the goals of this program, but to have the specialized outreach around housing search and placement and employment services is so important to getting these individuals back on their feet and becoming productive again and providing an income source for themselves, to access health care, and the whole range of services that individuals need, tailored to what their unique needs are. And I think that's what's going to be so great about this program. I'm excited that you're launching it. We're happy to be a part of it. We're really looking, I think, that there's going to be a lot of lessons learned from how you run this program that other organizations across the state are going to want to learn about. So keep track of it, document it, because I think there's going to be some best practices that come out of this new approach for the Knower Shelter that we're going to want to share with our other provider communities and maybe fund them as well.
But that wasn't all. Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank Senior Vice President Bert Tellerman stepped up to the podium to announce additional support.
Many, many others, and supporting things where everyone is working together to create a better solution is so important, right? Because when everyone works together, we come up with better answers. And again, that is something the foundation really likes to encourage because the results in the end are so much better. So on behalf of the foundation, Cape Cod 5 Foundation, I am pleased to present a check to you, Rick, today to the Housing Assistance Corporation for operating and programmatic expenses for the Noah Day Center. I hope I have it here with me somewhere in my walking garb, in the amount of $10,000. And it's real, it's live. And thank you all for everything you do, all of the organizations involved here, to make our community a better place and keep up the good work. And we appreciate being a small part of this. Thank you.
Homeless advocate and town councilor Paul Hebert was present at this morning's announcement as well.
So the great honor that I have today, we're all here for the same reason, and that's truly to end homelessness. And the kind of the joke that people say is, you guys have been trying to end homelessness for 10 years. But the reality is that we've made a tremendous amount of progress. And we're always going to have a certain amount of homeless people. The reality is that some people fall between the cracks. And unless we continue to have the compassion and the love for one another that Bob exemplified throughout his life, we're not going to do a good job of caring for our brothers and sisters who continue to fall between the cracks. Bob once said, and it's something that I carry in my heart every day, there is no lack of housing, there's just a lack of compassion. So in Bob's memory, we're gathered here today to continue the good work that he started. And there are so many great organizations here, and the town is committed to ending homelessness within the boundaries of our great town. But at the same time, we're all working together, and we're all sometimes going in parallel directions. But that's because we're all doing great things, individually and collectively. And together, we are truly going to end homelessness.
Hebert and Tellerman both are participating in the 2014 Housing with Love Walk, a week-long trek from Provincetown to Bourne that raises money and awareness about homeless issues on Cape Cod. This morning, Hebert was carrying the bronzed sneakers of the walk's founder, Bob Murray, who passed away last fall.
I'm wearing Bob's shoes. So I was just presented these. We're carrying Bob's shoes in his memory. These are the shoes that he wore for how many years? 10 years. And so Cape Cod 5, I think, has done a great job in helping us to preserve Bob's shoes. I made the joke that, after one walk, your sneakers don't smell very good. So we have to keep them in the plastic bag. So I want to present this to the next person who's going to carry this for the next segment. We're passing it along, starting with mostly people who have walked the walk for a long time with us. So I'm thrilled. The person I'm giving this to happens to be my cousin, who worked in the corrections department for most of his career. He's retiring, but he's now the associate director of the Friends of Prisoners. And so I want to give it to my cousin, whom I'm most proud of, because I think he walked the last couple of years, the entire walk. The man's made of steel. So my cousin, Ernie Hebert.
The 96-mile Housing with Love Walk began on Monday in Provincetown and will end on Sunday in Falmouth. Well, be sure to tune into our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we'll have our weekly arts and culture segment, plus we'll talk with Marina manager Eric Schufelt. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.